Fred Rand, and welcome to 2021. January 1st, Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, and a magna glorious new year to everybody. Because it's going to be the absolutely phenomenal year in the history of this planet. It's going to be absolutely marvelous. Words cannot describe it. The closest one is magna glorious. Each and every one of us are more amazing than we have ever imagined. We were born with the amazing natural power to move energy into form, create into reality. Anything that we believe to be real. Anything. Our bodies, our minds work in a divine synchronicity with the entire universe, pulling everything our hearts yearn for to us with incredible speed and accuracy. Our only limitations in this life are our limiting beliefs. Where do we believe that we are limited? The amazing thing about these apparent limitations is that one is also just a figment of our imagination. Nothing inside the mind is real. What's real is that which doesn't ever change. The God source, you, the body within the God. The wise masters all agree that pure consciousness is the background which perpetually remains the same. Everything else is subject to change and is illusory. And it's all happening in the universe of realize your personal connection with this ancient truth. And you will discover a tremendous freedom inside. You will find that secret part of you, which is always free from any type of suffering and can never ever get stuck in any pain. Total freedom is each of ours now. And it naturally occurs from putting all your energy and attention into the source of pure consciousness itself. Simply notice how good it feels to drop all attachments to this crazy mind chatter. How do any of us align with our divine destiny? You are the Supreme Being. There's no contesting it. There's no arguing it. The mind and ego will try to argue with you. Oh, no, you're not the Supreme Being. That can't be. The Supreme Being is out there. You are the Supreme Being. Each and every one of us are. Yet, thinking ourselves to be separate from it, we strive to become united with it. That is very strange. Every one of us has a destiny. Our lives are like trains on long railroad tracks which carry us times we may get anxious and quickly try to switch tracks to shift where the final destination should be. Yet, ultimately, you may find that the universe has already laid out the perfect plan. Life is intelligence and a very patient energy. With that, which tends to nudge us back onto our deepest path, which ultimately serves our soul's highest purpose and mission. No matter the hand of cards that you believe you've been dealt in this life thus far, there is a great glorious future awaiting each and every one of us ahead. Believe this from your very core. It is one that will empower you and enlighten you. You will connect with your heart so that you truly flourish again. You can summon this divine experience sooner rather than later. You can encourage your soul to blaze forth fearlessly into the eternal journey ahead today. This is why you are reading and listening to all that you do. Is to be reminded that your life is divine. It already has the most loving essence inside of it. And your life mission is let that blossom in ways more amazing than you can fathom. This is our divine destiny, the ultimate life we are here to live. Now, imagine that everyone on this planet, previously in some way, shape, or form in their own way, committed before they incarnated to play a secret role in being your personal spirit guide or soul teacher. Everyone is secretly here to support you and make sure that you stay on track and reach your final soul goal of enlightenment. Every soul is part of the one. So we are all here working together for the one purpose. Underneath the subconscious surface, continuously inviting, challenging, and redirecting each other to dive even deeper into our highest consciousness. This is the enlightenment process. Excuse me, it is not separated. It is not a separated challenging and redirecting each other to dive deeper into our highest consciousness. It is not a separated individual experience. It is being part of the one. The infinite depth of this journey is where we discover that who we truly are is the greatest love, freedom, and truth we can imagine. It is all available, and there are many ways we can move clearly, align with our divine destiny. Now, here's 3 steps. The first step to align to your divine destiny is to welcome the understanding and feeling in your body that everything in the universe is happening for you, not to you. Now that may be, for some, a little bit different, but try it. The souls of this world are always trying to enlighten you and ignite your highest energy, consciousness, and power. When things seem to flow against you and not through you, often it's because we are holding on to something inside. The suffering and painful resistance we feel are deeply disguised patterns of the ego. The ego and mind thinks life is a threat. A lot of people don't have any clue about that. The ego and the mind thinks life is a threat, trying to take away our power, and that we need to gain more control, less surrender, asunder and become more special, desirable, and separate. You may find that your destiny includes this path of suffering. We all suffer at times. It's necessary to welcome the experience as long as we know it is happening for our highest good. That the challenges we experience are here to awaken to fiercer clarity inside our intuition that brings more aliveness and joy to this life. Everyone in your life is playing the most necessary and specific role you need in the grand unfoldment of your life's spiritual awakening process. The clarity, this clarity is part of the awakening agent, a catalyst for us to step out of any robotic, automated way of thinking and relax into our most conscious, loving hearts and life's purpose. Some souls have requested the hottest, most painful, hypnotizing fire of experience so that it is big enough to burn away lifetimes of heavy karma. This is sometimes what we need to relinquish our disempowered, limiting mindsets which make us forget we are all powerful, super-manifesting beings. If you are burning, burn, if you can stand it. The shame will burn away and leave you shining, radiant, and righteously shameless. Elizabeth Cunningham. The second step is to align with your divine destiny. It is to learn how to let go of any form of attachment to what you think your destiny should or shouldn't be. If you think about life as a moment-to-moment choice process, it just feels good to choose to know that divinity is guiding everything through life. If you can believe this, then it really doesn't really matter so much as what your ego believes your future needs to be happy. What will be, will be. What's important is that you're able to find inner peace with whatever arises. And this magical ride of peace happens by trusting that what happens was meant to happen and is always for your deepest and highest awakening. This feeling of trust is what helps us to let go of any attachment forming in our field. We test ourselves. I'm not saying that we know this consciously, most don't, but we test ourselves. It's part of our experiencing in these bodies. It's not necessarily, no, I'm testing myself. It's just that part of it is the surprise. Part of it is we do it in a way for ourselves that we are not recognizing some of it. And that's why so many people think that, well, where did this come from? And I didn't do this, and there must be something foreboding that's out there. No, it's you. So you test yourself. Life is going to test you. You are life. You are testing you. And if you have an attachment to the idea of what your destiny is supposed to be, that attachment is going to constrict the flow of your life and bring about suffering. Life is a constant, it is a perpetual flow. Now, we sometimes get attached to things, people, and ideas. There's nothing wrong in attachment, yet it's knowing that your level of attachment is what creates your level of feeling free. Your soul chose very wisely. Now, in the third step, this is the last step to get rooted in your divine destiny. It is to realize that within each challenging situation, you always have the choice to respond from a place. You have the choice to respond from a place of love or fear. It is your choice, no one else's, only yours, each and every one of us. This is the spiritual litmus test. It shows just how, just how conscious, free, and enlightened you actually are. You test yourself. You have the choice to contract, tighten, and shrink yourself, or you can relax, open, expand, and trust, and laugh. There is no halfway point here between the vibration of love and fear. It's either one side or the other. The power of relaxation is always the key here. How much love or fear you can let in. At every millisecond, you are the one who decides how you want to respond to life. Your moment-to-moment decision is what makes you ride through life more rough and rocky, or full of easy, light gratitude and pleasure. Many of us believe that you're supposed to have a ride through life more rough and rocky. It's the way it's supposed to be. It is the way it's supposed to be as you intend it to be. So you choose. Ride through life more rough and rocky because you're creating it, or full of easy, light gratitude and pleasure. It's vital that you root yourself in the knowing that life is one massive schoolyard and playground designed to turn you into an enlightened master. Every experience given by this world is meant to force you to step into becoming a fully self-realized, deeply eternal, loving, enlightened being who is always finding your way home. You are here to learn how to master this life. That's it. We're all here to learn how to master this life. And the interesting thing is that we're all doing it as one. We're all helping each other. We are never not helping each other. We are always assisting each other. Now this starts with mastering your mind, emotions, and body. Whether this takes one lifetime or 100,000 lifetimes, all depends on one simple thing. All depends. How willing are you to surrender and trust in the greatest love and freedom you can possibly imagine? How willing are you to surrender and trust in the greatest love and freedom you can possibly imagine? And the more often you can choose this path, the easier it becomes in life, and the easier it becomes to live life. The more we practice surrender, trust, and lightness, while facing, embracing, and feeling into our deepest darkness, the more empowering our ride becomes. And learning how to let go of an experience is the practice of love. And this letting go energy will increase your ability to receive the next expansive, heart-opening experience that is surely headed your way. What does it take for you to let go and allow this amazing freeing love, this love force, to guide your path in each new living moment? Each one of us has committed on our own volition for this divine destiny. So accept it. It's for all of us to get really curious about this question. Ask it every day. Every day. What does it take for me to What does it take for me to be committed to the path of love today? This isn't a pressure for us. It is a natural question that we should ask ourselves on a regular basis. Complete surrender does require that you have no desire of your own. Okay? Complete surrender does require that you have no desire of your own. You must be satisfied with whatever God gives you, and that means having no desire of your own. Romana Marici. Our lives are sacred. There's no argument about that either. Yet the ego and the mind, excuse me, will try to contest you on that. But your life is sacred, and your destiny is never, ever going to be a horrible one. Your life is sacred. Each of our lives are sacred. And our destinies are never, ever going to be a horrible one. It's always the destiny that brings the world more feelings of joy, appreciation, and gratitude. The specific details of how it unfolds are revealed along the way. So, just relax. Let them come to you. You were born from divinity. So your destiny must be an offspring of that energy as well. When you are ripe and ready to feel this divinity inside of you, when your consciousness can handle it, the sensations will come flooding in. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I am sure that we all are. And the first thing that all of us as one care to do is relax our bodies. Remember, your body is in the God. The God is not in the body. What do you think is watching you? What do you think is watching you? And I'm talking about your body. You are watching you, the body. This is why we talk about surrender into the God that you are. It's like, have you ever stood for fun? Maybe you've done this. And you're going to rigid your body. You're going to stand straight up. And there's someone there that you know well, and they say they're going to catch you. Okay? Don't worry, I'll catch you. And you're supposed to just relax the body and let it fall backwards. Now think about that analogy, okay? You're going to immediately, even though this could be your best friend or lover, you're going to immediately feel fear. Aren't you? In most cases, you're going to immediately feel fear. What if they don't catch me? No, I could hurt myself bad. I don't know if I should trust them. You see what happens? So we start moving energy into form rather than letting go and just trusting and falling into the God that you are. Now, when you have that confidence through the heart-mind, there's no issue. There isn't even a question. You fall back. You surrender completely into the God that you are. Then you fully begin the process of becoming the God that you are completely. So the body, you watch your body, and the body relaxes. You're the only one that's going to relax your body. There isn't anybody else that's going to do it. You are. And how powerful you are to do that. You don't need external stimulants or suppressants to relax your body. You can do it at a drop of the hat. And you'll know when the body is relaxed. There's no confusion about that. Head to toe, inside and out, even the tips of your fingers. You're just your being. The God has embraced you. You feel yourself in a cocoon. You have no cares. You have no thoughts. There's no thoughts, cares, anything. There's no external anything. There's no internal anything. You are complete with the God that you are. I can guarantee you, each of us will eventually do this. We will. And then you'll know what this journey has been all about. So as your body goes limp, relaxes, head to toe, inside and out, you don't have one stress area anywhere in it. You move into the now. And the now is paramount for all of us. Remember, we're all one. We're not separated. This journey, collectively, we're helping all of us with each other, relaxing our bodies, moving fluidly, without friction. And we just float, unobstructed, to reach our destination, which is all of us coming to the complete understanding that we are the God, that we are the masters of the body, that we're the masters of the mind and the ego, the two illusions that we inherit when we enter these bodies. And all along, we are the ones creating everything, this life that we're in now, these bodies, all encounters, all interactions, whether we know it consciously, which we do in some cases, or none at all in others. You're the power. You're the God. And our challenge here is to understand that none of us are separate. None of us will ever be separate. So the now stills our mind. And remember, you're the God watching the body. You're watching you in the body. And the now focuses each of us only on the moment. This is how you begin your mastership of the ego and the mind, because you step out of both of them. And the only way you can do that is in the now. There's no other way. It's how we've designed it. So you focus on the now. The space between heartbeats. Whatever it is, you're only focused on that. Now, that isn't as easy as we think it is, because of the fact that we're so conditioned on the opposite end of it, where we focus on the past or the future. Would you really care to go into the past long enough where you took that past into a future that didn't exist, created that past from that future, or created the future from that past, and relived that past and that future? I don't think any of us would care to do that. Would you keep painting the same fence over and over again? Redundant, just over and over and over again. You wouldn't, would you? No. That's why you wouldn't go into the past and create it into a future. What about the future? Why would you go into a future that doesn't exist when you know that you're creating the future in the now? It's quite interesting, isn't it? So the now, it's simple. We stay in the now. How do we stay in the now? Our breath, our divine positive energy. Why is it so divine? It's just breath. Okay, no, it's not. Number one, it sustains the body that holds the kingdom of God. Okay? I'd say that's pretty darn divine. Plus the breath comes from within and without. The God holds you. You are the God. You are the God source. So whenever, because we all do it, none of us are exempt from it, we all wander off. We all get these thoughts. You could be focused on something, and all of a sudden you're off somewhere else. And at times it's almost like you're in a stupor because you just kind of go off in these thoughts. Oh, I don't do that. Well, we all do it. It's not a negative. It's part of our discovery. So how do we stay focused on the now? Our breath. The breath is the now. Can't be anything else. So we just move ourselves and focus on our breath, and we're in the now. That's how quick it is. So whenever we wander off, we know when we're consciously aware, I've wandered off again. Okay, so I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. Because you don't care to stay in the mind. You don't care to stay in the mind. None of us do. We already know that. And now we're becoming consciously aware of it. Here I'm in the mind. I don't care to be in the mind. I'll focus on my breathing and bring myself into the now. You know that chatter and noise that we all experience? All that noise in our heads. It's incessant. It's all the time, 24/7. Whether you sleep or not, it's there. So then we turn around and say, I don't care to be in the mind. I've done that gig, so I'm going to focus on staying in the now as much as I possibly can. And with that practice, you'll eventually only be in the now. What are you going to do tomorrow? Why would you want to know what you're going to do tomorrow when you're only in the now, in that moment? You see? How do you know you don't create another part of you that says to you, what are you going to do tomorrow? And immediately you go, I have no idea. I'm only in this moment. I focus on moment to moment, the space between heartbeats. Now, other parts of you would look at you like you're crazy. Well, what do you mean? You're only in the now. I just ask you, what are you going to do tomorrow? I don't go that far. That's the future. I'm in the now. Okay? It doesn't matter. That's the test that you configure for yourself. That's why we're all working together, because we're all one. We have the same destination. It's our mastership of the body and learning about who and what we are while we're in the body. So our breath is divine positive energy. Can't contest it. The mind and the ego will. Oh, that's silly. That's just crazy. But it isn't. So we take the mind and the ego and we leave it alone. And our breath keeps us in the now. And we merge our breath with our God force, love, light, energy. What is is that? It is the God. It's the God source. It is omnipotently powerful, and it is you. And so this flows. We flow these energies through 7 energy vortexes. They're etherical in our physical body, which means you can't pick them up and juggle them. They are in etheric, in etheric energy. They're the conduits, they're the connectors to the astral plane, to the spiritual plane, to all pure consciousness, the God source and beyond. And when we understand that, we see these beautiful, vibrant colors, these wheels of light. You can see them through your heart, mind's motion picture. Each one's a different color. Each one is a flower. And in the center of each flower is a different geometrical shape. And we say, okay, so let's bring it. Let's watch it. Let's move it. So we go with the root chakra, which is a red wheel of light. That's the Muladhara. So what is the root chakra, simply put? It deals with survival. And it is blocked by fear. Does that make sense to you? Then we go to the orange wheel of light. That's the sacral chakra, the Vadasthana. This deals with pleasure. And it is blocked by guilt. Have you ever felt guilt? Have you ever been experiencing pleasure and then felt guilt that turned off your pleasure? We've all experienced that. Say. Then we move to the golden yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra. Okay? This deals with willpower. Willpower, okay? And what stops your willpower? Shame. Then we move to the green, emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata. This deals with love. And it is blocked by grief. Isn't that interesting? And do you think any of us are exempt from this? No, we're not. Why is it there? It's so we can experience it, so we can learn to be grand masters. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Asha. This deals with the truth. It's not difficult to understand. Deals with the truth is blocked by lies. What blocks your truth? What blocks all of our truths? Lies. Then we move to the third eye chakra, the indigo wheel of light. It's your direction in this life. This deals with insight and is blocked by illusion. Now, final is the crown chakra, violet wheel of light, the Sahasrara. This deals with cosmic energy and is blocked by ego attachment. Cosmic energy blocked by ego attachment. Now watch as you've taken your God force, love, light energy, your divine positive energy, your breath, and you merge them and bring them. And we've brought them all up very simply understood to the tops of our heads. That's where the crown chakra is. And then we condense and compress them real briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And watch as this energy, omnipotently powerful, is condensed and compressed into pure liquid energy. immeasurable in its power. And then you release it over your pineal gland. And you watch, however you view the pineal gland, you watch as this pure liquid energy literally expands it. I see it as a rosebud, a green ball, and I watch it as it literally explodes into a fully bloomed rose. Massive, multicolored petals, and a beautiful fragrance, and the energy and power is absolutely bliss. It's blissful, joyous, and peaceful all at once. And you float, and you don't fight anything. The current, nothing. You just float and flow. And you're able to fly in through all the particles of existence because you are the particles of existence. The astral plane. Because you are the astral plane. The spirit realm. Because you are the spirit realm. The universe. Because you are the universe. The pure consciousness, because you are the pure consciousness. So doesn't it make sense that we're consciously aware that we are of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and of and from the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love? It's pure and apparent. It is what you're made of. Not only that, you do know that all that you are in that body is inside of the God. So that means that you are one. Your body, your ego mind, your heart mind, your subconscious mind, your soul, your higher self, your spirit, all one. So how can you not be heaven on this earth? You are. You're the heaven on the earth. And how can you not create paradise with this understanding on every step you take? You cannot not create paradise. It's automatic with your conscious awareness. So therefore, you're a God in a body, on a body, around a body, walking this planet in physical form, creating paradise. Raising the vibrational frequencies of the one. All of us are the one. We're all raising the vibrational frequencies of the one, of the collective consciousness. There is no power that can even come even a smidgen close to the power that we all are. But then you begin to vibrate in your heart minds just exactly how powerful that each and every one of us are, that you are, and why you now understand that the liberation of this planet is an inevitability. It is imminent. It is engaged. Now your ego mind will do everything it can to try to convince you otherwise. Now it's not like you're a stranger to that. There's no arguing, there's no negativity or anger with that. You're just consciously aware of it. So then you start to realize how you can really enjoy a good belly laugh about it all. And look at all of the other parts of us. We don't think about that, do we? But now we are. And we're going deeper and deeper and deeper with it. Isn't it fascinating for us to be become consciously aware that the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, you. We're all experiencing as the one in different ways as the one. The archangels, you learn from their vibrational frequency. You don't see them with your eyes, but you feel them with your heart mind. They're always with us, always with you, always surrounding you in the thousands. You understand their vibrational frequency. You understand that you're a frequency. They're part of the one. They're part of us. We're part of them. The same with ascended masters. We learn from them. They learn from us. We learn that they master ascension into physical form, and then out of physical form hold God form, pure consciousness. We're right now mastering physical form, discovering who and what we are through creating our own experiences so that we can perfect our creation. What do you think we're all doing as the one? Perfecting our creation, because we are all divine perfection. That's what we are. That's our essence. And we're all the God. We're all the God source. So then we're compelled to call on all of us. All of us. Now you can see why this planet is accelerating. The timeline's accelerating. Everything's accelerating. It's not something that we're hanging on to. Oh, no, we want it to be longer. It's something that we're all understanding one step at a time. Moving everything. The one moving into higher collective consciousness. The God into higher and higher dimensional frequencies. This is our journey. This journey is eternal. And it is phenomenally, fantastically, magna-gloriously, really exciting. So all of the light energy beings, parts of the God, parts of us. What do you think you are? You're a light energy being. And all of them that we reach out to, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever out there, which is actually in here. And all of them, to be consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. These are the parts of us that we call out to that are consciously aware, so that we eventually affect the one to such an extent where it is all consciously aware. This is how we liberate planets that are in turmoil. We lift them out of deep, lower frequency into higher and higher and higher frequency of love, deep eternal gratitude, happiness, joy. So we have all of them gathered, all of us, the galactics. Just because they're housed in the body that houses their soul, their spirit, is different from ours, does that make them separate from us? No, it doesn't. Do we need to know them now? We already do. We already do. Do you think that this planet, in your life experience on this planet, is all that there is? It's a gig. You know? We wanted to be part of the gig as the one. So we engaged in the experience. That's all it is. It's an experience. The archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, all of the light energy beings, you're looking at Google they come. And all of it is one. Like the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the Zeta Reticuli, the Feline, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian. And that's like a super quantum fraction of all the life that is out there. And in reality, you're the universe. And the universe houses all of these different civilizations. And part of our journey is to discover that we are the universe. So we literally have unlimited numbers gathered in this meditation right now. You see them in your heart, minds, motion picture. You see how they reflect and glitter, because you're all part of us. And we're all gathered. All of the light energy beings that house themselves in physical forms on this planet, in it, above it, below it. Massive, trillions. All part of the one. All part of the God source. All God source. And this God source, and you look at the trillions of all of these light energy beings housed in physical form, what do you think we are? And all converged. And so we're really familiar with just a little fraction that we think we're in fairy tales. That's just made up stuff, right? Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, mermaid, dolphin, whale. And that we're all gathered. We're all here, all consciously aware that we're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And why are we here? To experience. Then, see us all. Feel us all. The one. Now you begin to feel the omnipotent power that is real, that each of us are. All the civilizations that are beneath this planet, are they separate? No. Inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth. Many different civilizations beneath the surface of this planet. Massive cities. Been here a lot longer than these bodies have been here. A lot longer. Are they separate? No. We're all one. We're all a God source. We're all God. Can you see now, slowly but surely, how the sky clears, and then you can see the sky? All the confusion is lifted. All your loved ones, all the ones that you've known in this life, in all lives, are they separate from us? No. They're just not in physical form anymore, so to speak. They're part of the one, the God source. And there are always those that are consciously aware. And it's expanding, and it's intensifying, and it's growing in many different directions. The one is expanding. The consciousness is expanding. The clarity and purity of the understanding of who and what that one is expanding. It never does not expand. And as we find parts of the one that are not conscious, they begin to awaken. They cannot not. The circle of light that we form right now is the God. It is the God source. It's pure consciousness. It is beyond. It is the power that creates all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It saturates this planet. It grays out the darkness of sacred space. It is more brilliant than 1,000 billion suns in this solar system. It, the circle of light, is pure, deep, eternal love. And we all are the circle of light. When we choose to shine that light that we are outward, we are the circle of light. The one is the circle of light. And we levitate in our own godliness above this planet. And as we do, we literally see our own reflections amongst all of us shooting back and forth like a massive ocean of glitter. And in that field, we're met by reminders. We create these reminders. The emerald green healing light of Archangel Raphael. That reminds us that we are the power of healing. We designed that to remind us. It's not a happenstance. Never has been. The violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael. We create that as a reminder. It comes in the form of a column of light. And it reminds us that we, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. These are primers to increase focus and clarify our pure consciousness of awareness, connecting with the physical form so that we begin to understand who and what we are. The white fire, this column that we create, to remind us that all of us, that the one, is completely encased, imbued, head to toe, inside now, with the God source. The God force, love, light, energy, which is all of us, each of us, the one, the God. This, we know, if we get too twisted up with the ego mind in these physical forms, then it's going to challenge us that that's just absolutely preposterous. It's absurd. Okay? You're the truth. The mind and the ego are the lie. So there's nothing that's external of any of us, any power, any frequency that can cause issue with our white fire armor protection. Can't. Won't. But see, because of the ego mind, many of us are seduced and moving energy into form, which is lowering our vibrational frequency, most of the time not consciously aware, into create, you can see it form, a breach in that white fire armor, that God Force Love Light armor. And so all the lower dark matter frequencies, survival matter frequencies, come flooding in. It's not difficult to understand that. So then we create what? We create the purple transmuting flame. It's just another column of light that tells us, bring in the purple transmuting flame. Transmute all lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral-light substance. Send them to the pure consciousness, the collective consciousness, all of us. Not the body. And what happens? It's no more. It's repurposed. Then, what column of light? The violet ray. We construct all this to keep us remembering. So we bring in the violet ray. We harmonize, purify, and cleanse the area where the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were. We seal the breach in our armor. We restore our vibrational frequency of deep eternal love and gratitude. And then we're met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we're everything. We're the sunsets, the sunrises. We're the sunlight, the sun, the rain, the rainbows, the trees, the forests, all of the animals, the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the streams, the snow. We're everything. So when you enjoy a sunset or a sunrise or a rainbow or a light rain or warm sunshine, it is you that is the sunshine. It is you that is the sunrise. It is you that you're the planet. You slowly begin to absorb this, to understand it through your heart mind. These massive columns that we've created, this massive crystalline light tower. We are the crystalline light tower. The golden ocean. We are the golden ocean. The gratitude that the sphere, the oblong sphere in the center of this column of light is you, reflecting upon you. The gratitude, the prosperity, the kindness, the gentleness, the humbleness, all of it, the well-being is you. All of us are the power of creation. We created all of this so that we can experience it. The meditative sphere. It is you. The over 1,100, going to 1,200 meditations that we all collectively as the one are engaged with. We are the meditation. We are the frequency. We are the shift. We are the dimensions, the densities. We are discovering one step at a time that we are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And we're communicated by ourselves. And this is nothing to do whatsoever with the ego mind. When you become the deepest valley of reception, then the highest peaks of consciousness can be given to each and every one of you. Only a valley can receive a peak. Be absolutely feminine, receptive like a womb. Osho. I'll join you in meditation and return to close us out. energy we can welcome into our lives. The quality of love opens the heart, quiets the mind, and liberates the body, and soothes the soul. Love instantly makes everything you're doing easier. And over time, you will find that your entire life has become this long, enjoyable, and compassionate ride. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. Enjoy the rest of your new year and day of 2021. Just the beginning of the phenomenalness that we are creating to experience. We'll be back here January 2nd, Saturday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.